that caliber on that particular issue. It's like they oftentimes want to relegate Black Africa to what we call a sub-Saharan, excluding the North.
Yeah, but you gotta also remember they had academic constraint they were working under academia, and at that time, they, uh there were limitations to the level or intricacies of the research they could do or that would be allowed to be published. So they couldn't make certain claims that went against what mainstream academia had allowed,
And
right?
and funding
And
sources.
funding sources. And that which leads me to say there's a interview between Butch Weir, this brother, this Muslim brother who speaks French, speaks Arabic, and he wasn't dissing John Henry Clark, but he was critiquing their work and saying that because they only spoke English, they couldn't go into some of the French records, the Arabic records, and certain other records. Because I gotta send you this interview. It's a phenomenal interview, and he talks about how the Europeans began to create the myth of the Arab slave trade to counter their criticism of the European transatlantic slave trade and how the Arab slave trade didn't necessarily become a thing until the late 1800s, early 1900s as a oversupply, well, the 1800s as a oversupply of bodies created from the transatlantic slave trade. And he goes into the records of different Muslim chiefs and leaders in Africa who were fighting actively against the slave trade. It's a phenomenal interview. So I sent it to you before. I'm gonna find it again, send it to you again, and I'm gonna kind of take portions of what he said so we can play it on the show next. Before we close out, I want to give the floor to first you, Issa. What do you want to say in closing?
Yeah, closing on that note,
Excuse me, Professor Issa. Excuse me.
closing on that note, when you look at the Arabs that they were talking about, tip or toe, they were black. These were black people selling on the black.
Oh yeah,
Hold on,
yeah,
hold on. Let's let Issa get his word, and then we're
yeah, yeah,
gonna.
yeah,
They
yeah.
they
But
divorced that aspect when they talk about Arab. They want you to focus on people who are, lighter complexion. But when you look at the actual slave traders, they were black Arabs,
Hmm.
black people selling all the black people.
Hmm.
So it's same inter tribal warfare that was going on we see today.
Absolutely. What you want to say, LMA?